Polytech Legend with the old Tiger ammo.
Clear.
Make it short stroked. Let's find out. It felt.
Yeah, a lot of round in there.
Felt like we might have had a hammer follow because it. I don't know. Going. It was kind of odd. It didn't feel like it was a cycling issue. Felt like it. Maybe we just had a dead round. They were chambered. I'm gonna say that might have just been a dead round because it fully chambered.
You've got a dimpled primer on it, so.
This is the Wolf, made in January of 2016. Chambered.
Did not chamber.
Yeah. Let's see what we have here. I bet it's the same error as before. Yep. Same thing we were having before.
Steam chamber. Okay.
Hi, this is Misha. And as we promised about 3 months ago, we were going to do a re-evaluation of the Chinese Polytech Legend. Back in September, we posted a video, or rather a fail video, of this Legend here. We were having trouble with it cycling Wolf WPA with the polymer coating. And it was really unusual because we had used that ammo in multiple other guns, both that day and before and since. And we're talking a very wide range of guns from a couple of different SKSs. Jay has a Russian, I have a Russian. We used it in a Chinese SKS. We used it in VZ58s. We used it in at least 2 milled arsenals. We used it in a OPAP as well as an NPAP. I'm sure we've used it in Romanian guns, Wassers, SAR-1s, those get shot quite frequently. Russian Molot Vepers of different stripes, especially the FM4711 and 4721, and so on and so forth. You get the idea. A wide range of guns, not even all of which were Kalashnikov based. But this gun here was choking on it. We would have basically a round going to the chamber and stick, not go in all the way, not allowing the bolt to close. You can check out our old video. It would come forward and then stop about right here, with just a little bit of rim showing, where the bolt could not rotate fully to lock in because the cartridge wasn't letting it go forward. Now, oddly, even though that was happening with the Wolf polymer, we were having no real problems with Tula 7.6239. That said, we only had a handful of rounds to Tula to use that day, maybe 20, 25 at most, so it's kind of a small sample, but the Tula did run through it without problem. Now, some people had said that there was a bad batch of Wolf WPA. This is perhaps true, but this was the only gun that reacted negatively to it. Before then, that day, and since that time, this is now December. We've been meaning to get this back out and redo it, but one thing always kept getting in the way or the other. But we finally brought it back out today and tried as much ammo type as we could really get our hands on at short notice. We were going to pop into a local store and pick up some different things, maybe Remington, but it was so busy right before Christmas, sorry. And as it turns out, we pretty much just have different Wolf around, because that's what we've always shot. That's what most manufacturers use to test their AKs. It's just kind of the standard, guys. But we did come up with a few things. First off, We had some older Tiger brand, which is Barnaul, from Russia, 124 grain. It was, the date on the box was around 2002, so it's quite old. Of course, in ammo terms, that's still quite young compared to a lot of the surplus we all shoot. But that cycled fine. Next, we tried some Wolf Military Classic, also 124 grain. It worked perfectly, except we had one light primer strike. It seemed like it dimpled the primer, but maybe not quite enough to set it off. And as Jay probably accurately pointed out, it might have something to do with the fact that these Polytechs have spring-loaded firing pins. So maybe it lost just enough energy not to set off a particularly hard primer. Other than that, we didn't have any of the chamber issues. Now we get back into the Wolf WPA, which was 123 grain. We had the batch, we had cartridges out of the batch we tried last time, which are January 2017 dated, and we found an older batch out in the storage building that was January 2016. It choked on both again. Same issue as before. So, unless this bad batch of Wolf WPA lasted for a year, it doesn't seem to be a batch-specific thing. This Polytech Legend, I don't know about yours, probably different, but this one here just does not seem to like the 123 grain WPA polymer-coated ammo. It was performing the same type of malfunction today as it did before, and this after cycling 2 other types, well 3 if you count the Tula, without issue. So, in the future, we were going to probably shoot Brown Bear in this, or Silver Bear, because that's the equivalent to that old Tiger that it seemed to like best. Failing that, we'll use Wolf Military Classic because it ran that quite acceptably too. So there is our follow-up. We are still having difficulties with that one type of ammo. Just for completeness' sake, out with us today, we had the Hungarian SLR 100H, which is a milled receiver gun, almost identical to this, but built from Hungarian parts on a Bulgarian receiver. And we had a preban Hungarian SA85M underfolder, and we had one of the TGI AMD 65s. We also had a Chinese SKS paratrooper. All of these guns ran the WPA ammo without issue or complaint. So this just seems to be something very specific to this Polytech Legend. Here, or maybe other Polytech Legends experience similar failures. We really don't know, but we promised an update, and there you have it. My best theory, maybe the 123 grain stuff is just a little bit oversized or a little bit long, or perhaps the bullet's not seated quite as deep into the casing. And this is combined with perhaps a little bit of a tight chamber on this gun. Maybe it's just on the tight end of spec, that's just manufacturing for you, or maybe Polytech intentionally tried to slim things down to provide for better accuracy. It's also possible that the chrome lining, the chrome plating in the chamber is a little thick, or maybe has a bubble or a ripple in it that causes this. We really don't know at this point. What we do know is we just cannot use that ammo in this gun. So we'll have to stick to Brown Bear or Wolf Classic. So yeah, if you have your own stories or theories, we'd love to hear them in the video, because we're just sharing our experiences here. We've tried this multiple times and keep getting the same exact failures with this. So if you have any of your own Polytech Legend stories, that'd be great. And if you enjoyed the video, if you liked it, please click. And if you haven't already subscribed and enjoy endless hours of talking about Kalashnikovs and other historical military guns, we'd appreciate it if you would subscribe as well. Well, as always, this is Misha. We appreciate you tuning in. And please check back in again soon for hopefully another interesting video. We'll catch you there.